third question says, reduce the following equations into normal form. Pretty interesting. Normal form is something to look forward to. Find the perpendicular distances from the origin and the angle between perpendicular and positive x-axis. Positive x-axis, right? So, normal form. Now, what does a normal form look like? Normal form, for the normal form, we need two things. What is that? One is, for any line, we need this perpendicular distance from the origin. Okay. And the next thing that we need is this angle made by this perpendicular with positive x-axis. Now, this alpha can be 0 to 90 or 180 or 270 or up till 360. Basically, it will lie between alpha belongs to 0 comma 2 pi. This is what we have, right? At 2 pi, I have written an open bracket because 2 pi is same as 0 for that matter. P is supposed to be greater than 0. This is another important thing. And then the equation of this line L, is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to P. This is the equation of line. Okay. For converting any given equation in the normal form, what are we supposed to do? So, for converting any equation, we'll have to write in this particular form first of all. And how do we do that? Let's take a look at the first part. The important thing to do here is equal to plus 8 is there. Just a minute. Let me write this complete statement first. This is plus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. The important step that we want to follow over here is, you observe this is cos alpha and this is sin alpha. So, squaring this and adding will give me 1, right? And that is the key. That is the most important thing. The second most important thing is this right hand side should be positive. That's something which is important, right? So, if I want to convert the coefficient of x in terms of cos alpha and sin alpha, I'll have to divide with this coefficient of x is 1, this is coefficient of y is minus root 3. I'll have to divide both sides by bringing the constant term on the right hand side first, divide both sides by under root of a square plus b square. For example, you have the important step for ax plus by plus c equal to 0. The first thing that you are supposed to do is bring this c on the right hand side and then divide both sides by under root of a square plus b square over here, and here also under root of a square plus b square. Okay. After that, the next step will be to simply convert this whole expression into a positive value. Convert this whole expression because this right hand side is supposed to be positive. So, if required, multiply with a minus, and then this here will give me x, the coefficient of x will be a upon under root of a square plus b square or minus a upon under root of a square plus b square. That will give me cos alpha. This here b or minus b upon under root of a square plus b square will give me sin alpha, right? On the basis of that, I can easily guess the value of alpha. And once alpha is known, once p is known, this is the normal form. And the person has also asked us, and the angle between perpendicular, okay, perpendicular distance, that is p is asked, and the perpendicular angle between perpendicular and the positive x-axis, that is alpha is asked. So, we are supposed to find p and alpha for each of these equations after converting in the normal form. That's what we are supposed to do, right? So, let's take a look at this. This is x minus root 3y plus 8 equals 0. And the important thing to do here is that let's convert this will be written as minus 8, divide by under root of a square plus b square. Now, what is a square? 1. What is b square? Is minus root 3 whole square, which is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, okay, and under root of 4 will be 2. So, we'll have to divide by 2 here and we'll have to divide by 2 here, since under root of 1 square plus minus square root of 3 whole square, this is simply equal to 2, since this is the case, okay. And once I do that, I'll write it as this is x by 2 minus root 3 by 2 y is equal to minus 4. But still, you'll have to focus next thing, which what you are supposed to do is make this positive, right. So, for making this positive, what I'll do is I'll multiply throughout with a minus. This will become minus 1 by 2 and coefficient of x, this is the coefficient of x, plus square root of 3 by 2 with y is equal to 4. So, one thing is for sure, one thing is certain, that therefore, p is equal to 4, this is certain, and cos alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2, sin alpha is equal to root 3 by 2, okay. Which quadrant is this? If cos is negative, sin is positive, so you are actually looking forward to this particular second quadrant, right? And in the second quadrant, if you observe sin alpha is equal to root 3 by 2, implies alpha will be equal to pi by 3, and then pi minus pi by 3 is another value, and cos alpha is equal to minus half will also give me this. Therefore, alpha is equal to pi minus pi by 3, which is 2 pi by 3. This is the value of alpha. Okay. Once you have obtained value of p and value of alpha, the next thing that you are supposed to do is simply write this equation further in this particular form. Therefore, x cos 2 pi by 3 plus y sin 2 pi by 3 is equal to 4 is the required normal form. That's the first thing. Alpha, where alpha is equal to 2 pi by 3, that is angle made by perpendicular with x-axis, and the length of perpendicular is 4. Although these two things are already known to us, but that's the next thing that was asked in this particular question. Right, that's all that you have over here. Let's discuss the second part after this, and we also need to discuss the third part. So let's get rid of all of this over here. Okay, and let's talk about the second part after this. Okay, what does the second part say? So in second part you have y minus 2 is equal to 0. This becomes equal to y equal 2. Okay, and what does this give me actually? Coefficient of y, coefficient of x is 0, 0 plus 1 square upon under root, and that will give me actually 1. So we'll have to divide by 1 at max, and yes, this can further be written as x cos alpha, that is 0 cos alpha, x times 0 plus y times sine of something. So this is sine alpha is equal to 2, that's what you get. And what's the value of sine alpha? Do you observe that sine alpha is equal to 1? If sine alpha is equal to 1, cos alpha is 0. This tells me that alpha will be equal to pi by 2. If alpha is pi by 2, therefore required normal form will be x cos pi by 2 plus y sin pi by 2 is equal to 2. And once I have alpha, I can also find the value of p easily, which is 2. That's the answer for this question over here. That's the complete second part, as you can see behind me. That's the second part for us, right? What about the third part? So let's begin the third part over here. Next, third part says you have x minus y is equal to 4. Let's begin with this, x minus y equal to 4, and 1 square plus minus 1 square. What is that? Under root of 1 square plus minus 1 squared. What is that equal to? Under root of 2. So let's divide by this under root of 2. That's what we are supposed to do. So let's divide by under root of 2 over here, and let's divide by under root of 2 over here. This becomes 1 upon square root of 2 x plus minus 1 upon square root of 2 y is equal to 2 root 2. This is what we have, and this is the required form x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to this. This is the required form x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to p, where the important thing is that cos alpha and sin alpha are known. From here I know cos alpha is equal to 1 by root 2, sin alpha is equal to minus 1 by root 2, and this tells me that alpha lies in the fourth quadrant, since cos is positive, sin is negative, and this tells me that alpha will be equal to 2 pi minus pi by 4, which is 7 pi by 4. Now this is directly from trigonometric equations, the chapter trigonometry which you have dealt with. Okay, once you get alpha is equal to pi by 4, therefore the required equation becomes x cos 7 pi by 4 plus y sin 7 pi by 4 is equal to p, which is 2 root 2 over here. This is what we have, right? That's the equation where p is equal to 2 root 2. That's the perpendicular distance. Alpha is 7 pi by 4. That's something which we have already found. That's the complete solution of this. This is the third part of this third question, as you can see behind